Welcome back, everyone. Oh, God, I want to clip this so bad for so much of what's happened. We're going to be laughing a lot. It's great. Anyway, my name's Aaron. I'm going to be the DM for our crazy adventure we are to die for. This is episode 7, 8. I've lost track every single week or time we've done this. So, see, yeah. My note taker is everyone's note taker is her own note taker. That sounded so bad. Let's stop that.
I take notes and I report back. So if they have questions, I
draw pictures.
I'm
anyway.
here.
Hi here.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in once again. We're going to go ahead and do introductions like we usually do, starting on my left with Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm playing Boz, the Wood Elf Druid.
Hi, I am Alyssa. I am playing Eala, the High Elf Warlock.
Hello, I'm Eala. I'm playing Helene, the Hafling Rome.
Hello, I'm Jaden. I'm going to be playing Azure, the Tiefling Barbarian.
And together we are hopefully to die for, or we'll all die together. We'll see.
We are to die for. Calm down. Get it right.
Get it right. Come on. So, last time, the party, after avoiding discovery by a tribe of something that resided on the island that they were stranded on, you guys collectively had finished making your boat into a raft, and you set sail, and you were able to successfully navigate around the northwestern coast of that little island you're on, and eventually make it to the mainland. At that time, Maz had gotten a mission or a message from his god, a missive, there we go, from his god that he had other things to do, and that he was to sail along the coastline off to do his god's bidding, or Thor's bidding, we should say. So you parted ways at that time. After traveling inland for a few hours, you noticed what seemed to be a severed hand just sitting in the middle of the road. And when you went up and touched it, it sprung to undead life and gestured you guys off the road, where you found a sleeping, although seemingly almost unconscious, Eala. So after some tense introductions, you guys continue to venture on, getting to know a little bit about her a little bit about you, tensions flaring up more and more until you guys found a really nice, almost like half cave embankment, like kind of sheltered embankment to camp for the night. Helene, though, decided that she wasn't having none of this and decided to go off into the forest. Tried to set a trap, unfortunately didn't go well, but taking turns throughout the night, no one heard anything. Everything seemed quiet as you guys were right on the edge of the forest, on your way to Elhaz Fe, down to the south, which is a unknown distance away at this point, but estimated from the best that you guys can tell, kind of somewhat by Phileas.
Phineas?
Or Phineas. No, Phileas.
Phileas.
You got me this time, damn it!
Finally!
You finally made me mess up my own character. Phileas.
Womp womp.
You're welcome.
It's roughly a few days' journey, but he's not even 100% sure. So with that, we cut back to the party, and we are going to start with Helene. As you had awoken from your tree, that's right, you also saw a squirrel, and you threw your dagger.
I tried to throw my dagger at it.
And you just barely missed as it was scurrying
Pretty
around.
impressive, though.
It was.
It's a long shot.
But
I
you
missed.
retrieved your dagger, hopped down, found your trap was unsuccessful, and have initially decided, okay, there seem to be tracks heading a little deeper into the forest, and that's where we're going to pick up. So, Helene, what are you doing?
I had made the decision to follow said tracks, and I'll probably follow them for a little while, but if it seems like it's going to be... I'd maybe say like an hour of following them or so, but if it gets to a point where the tracks are fading or they seem like they're week-old tracks or whatever, they're not fresh, then I'll probably give up on it and go find these guys again.
Okay.
Because I'm angry, but I'm not quite that determined. I don't want to get lost out here either.
You want extra food, so maybe some protein, but you also know there is still some food left back at camp, so...
I like meat.
Go ahead and roll me a survival. to see how well you can follow the trail and to see if you can also determine of how far this trail is going to go.
15.
15.
Nice.
So you're able to follow them, and 10 minutes turns into 20. But 20 minutes doesn't quite hit 30 as you can see that they're fresh and they start to actually slow down a little bit, start to become a little more erratic of going around before you actually do find a burrow in the ground where it seems like this was a rabbit trail.
Ooh. Can I search around a little bit and see if I can find the other exit? Because usually there's like 1 or 2, 3
Go ahead and
extra
make me an
holes.
investigation.
Good.
That's
that was
very good.
beautiful. Now, what is my thing? 19.
Yes, you can find a second one that's about 20 feet away.
Okay. Well, Helene is going to pull a fox and the hound and light some kindling or something on one end of it and try to flush him out at the other end.
Okay.
And then as soon as I light it, I'm going to pull my dagger out and like kind of stand on top of the other
Hole.
On top
hole
of-
in the ground. Yeah, kind of behind it, positioned. So when they come out, they won't see me. They'll just be running and I can just nail them.
Okay.
That's my plan.
All right. So you go ahead, light some kindling. You get a small little fire going as you shove it down into the hole. Do you block the entrance at all?
The fiery entrance?
Yeah. To actually have the smoke have less of an exit out.
Just put a rock in front of it.
Well, it needs airflow in order to be a fire too. So, I'd say maybe put like I'm gonna start forest fire. Maybe put like a downed branch over it, kind of a thing. So if they tried to charge through it, they wouldn't be able to. But it also will catch eventually. But I don't want. It's just a little branch.
Okay.
Kind of a thing.
Go ahead and just
Luck.
roll me a straight D20.
Let's
As
see
you're
how long
putting
your luck
a,
holds up.
a fallen branch on top of a fire in a forest.
Yeah, this is a great idea. That's a 10.
Okay. Even. So that's okay.
Right in the middle. You can do whatever you want with that.
Yeah. We'll see. So you go ahead, you stuff kind of the lit kindling in there. You place a smaller-ish branch, but still a fallen one on top to make sure that nothing can really
I'm gonna
pound
fan the
through.
flame a little bit too.
And
Try to get the smoke up.
And then you kind of rush over, and you, as you're sitting there, you just kind of wait. You wait. You wait, and then you start feeling just like little tiny vibrations under you, and you start hearing kind of some skittering as you go ahead and start tensing up your muscles, getting ready. Are you planning to throw a dagger or just lash out and try to hit something as it's running by?
I'm gonna throw it because with how fast these little rabbits are, I know that I probably would miss if I tried to just stab it. So I'm aiming almost like 2 feet away from the burrow entrance. So as soon as I see movement, with how fast they go, that shit, trajectory, angles,
Okay.
algebra, all that fun stuff, geometry. Yeah,
Pythagoras
that's
theorem.
You name enough, one of them's bound to be right.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Anyways, I'm trying to predict where the rabbit will be.
Okay. So, after a few moments, you hear the rustling, and then all of a sudden you hear and all of a sudden, coming flying out is this brown little blur. So go ahead, roll with advantage, because you are stealthed on this.
Oh, so that's an 18.
18?
18 hit.
18 definitely hits. Go ahead, roll for damage. Actually, no, you kill the rabbit. It's a
I
rabbit.
killed a rabbit.
It's not a
If I
were-rabbit.
hit
I was gonna say,
it's
how much
dead.
damage?
It has
I'm
one
so,
hit point.
I'm so used to just like, hey, let's see how much damage. It's just like, wait, it's a rabbit. It's dead. So, you successfully impale this rabbit
Okay.
with your dagger.
Now pausing. Do I hear any other movement? Any other skittering?
As that one flies out, 3 others kind of fly out with it.
Are they babies?
2 of them are.
You killed a mommy?
You
Or a
monster.
papa.
Wrong with you?
If they can run, they can survive on their own. And it's inevitable that an owl or a hawk or something would have gotten the mom eventually. It's a
Or-
circle of life. It's So
All
they
right.
just book it, right?
Oh yeah, they're
Okay.
just running.
Okay. Cool. Well, I got my kill. I got my spoils.
You do? Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not gonna stand around here to gut it. I'm going to take it and tie its back legs, and I don't even have a belt. I forgot about that. I have nothing.
Really, just the dagger and the clothes on your back now.
Okay. Well, I'm
You can
going
just
to take
carry it.
a little bit of moss and put it in the bloody spot. That way, it's not bleeding all over my clothes. And then I'm gonna just throw it over my shoulder and kind of wander back.
Okay.
I don't want to get my clothes all bloody yet. Okay, I'd like to be presentable when we come into town as opposed to just bloodstained.
Okay.
It would be a very vibrant red, though.
And
Kinda
introduce
turns
tie-dye.
brown after a while.
Introduce tie-dye. So,
I created
You just gotta wash it out.
Blood doesn't
for the
wash
rest
very
of
easy.
the party, we're going to go back to you guys as those who were not on watch, everyone else awakens as light starts illuminating from where you guys were. It actually would be starting to like shine directly through the trees into your guys' little kind of half cove. And I would like
I believe that Boz and
Eala.
Eala have been
Yeah.
talking for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, I took all the watches, so.
Azure. Go ahead and just roll me a straight d20.
19. The teen of nines.
Ooh, that was close. Okay. Azure, you are awoken just like a little later as the light's coming through. Maybe you're also just a little bit heavier sleeper. But you're awoken and you feel like something's like tight kind of a little bit around your neck.
Oh boy.
Like you can still breathe, but like it's taken a little bit of effort, and you're not sure why. You look down and you can't see your neck, so. But you do feel just. It feels like fingers starting to try to clamp in more. As you start to stir, not doing anything apparently, it all of a sudden starts getting really tight on your neck.
So, the only reason why as I do that, I activate thaumaturgy and scream out as loud as I can with a 3 times boost from thaumaturgy.
What are you screaming?
Oh, I'm not screaming any words. I'm just screaming.
Probably just broke the mic.
I think your little friend has,
Did you hear somebody whisper something?
possibly, yes. I think
She's like, Mans, where the hell are...
I think
Mans!
I think
As you
Azure
scream,
may have
also,
found
like,
your
it does
friend.
not let go. It is still.
I now actively am gonna fight it.
I'm going to go in because I'm hearing this staggering and whatever. So I'm going to go inside and be like, Mans, really? Let go. Nope.
It
nope.
drops.
Come here. Picking Mans up. I'm going to be like, these are supposed to be our friends. We're not supposed to kill these ones yet. I'm just kidding. Not at all. I mean... then
And I was so nice to you yesterday.
She's like, I personally have been fantastic to you. Were you nice to Mans? That's the question.
I thought I was being nice to Mans, but apparently
I mean,
he did not think so.
He's probably hungry. Don't worry, I'll discipline him later.
How does
I'll-
he eat?
How does he eat?
Don't worry about it.
Through the wound in the back of the hand.
It's like a straw. It's like a plug in there. Go, "Whoop, whoop, whoop."
I mean, don't worry about it.
Does he have organs?
Or it's like,
Does he digest things?
You look in the corner and you see Phileas just like, "Oh, why? Oh.
Are you okay?
oh, good morning, friend.
The hand
I don't-
latex in your ear.
I really don't like alarm clocks.
What?
You know,
What's an
What?
alarm clock?
What?
You're not even there.
I'm not even there.
Azure will also, what's What is an alarm clock?
Well, don't worry. We're not.
Oh, have you not actually been to Syllaba in a time? There's this new...
I've never
an
been.
artificer made this wonderful little invention.
I've never
It's
been.
been a very long time since I've been there.
It's only about like the last like four years or so. But it's based off the magical spell Alarm. But they turned it into a clock and it goes off. But not in a total magical sense. Very neat. But God, they're annoying when you're asleep. And that's, I guess, the use for some of them. Oh. Are there any of the yams left?
No,
Looks over to you, boss.
we finished them all last night.
You did. I didn't have any of them.
You were offered one.
I know. So how the hell did you finish them off if you still had one left over?
There should be one part of one then.
Someone had a late night snack.
It wasn't me.
I can guarantee it was.
No, I don't think it was man's.
He ate a yam and it didn't agree with him.
He prefers finger fries.
Finger foods, eh? All
Right. Right.
So yeah, I'll look over at the fire where the food was set out to see if the one that was set for her is still there.
It is still there, untouched.
Yeah, you can have that one if you'd like.
He's like, oh, okay. And then he stops and looks like, well, I don't want to intrude.
No,
So
it's
Eat
what's
it.
around.
It's my serving and I'm giving it to you, so eat it.
Oh, would you like some?
I'm.
Would you like some?
No, I'm okay.
I'm good.
I'll scavenge some on the way in.
Okay. And he like goes up to it
If
and then
we're
he like
hungry, we'll
thinks,
get something.
he breaks it in half and just kind of starts nibbling. In case Helene comes back.
Yes.
Right.
We I think there was a few days where I got caught meditating and just forgot to eat, so I'm okay with a short extension of not
How
eating.
do you forget to eat over days? I
I
get
assure
like
you,
a day goes by, but
It's quite easy when you're focused on what you're doing and it just slips your mind.
It must be an elf thing.
Yes, an elf thing.
oh, that doesn't sound pleasant.
It's a human thing too.
Helene just snuck back in the camp during all the.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So
That'd be funny though.
If it does go bad, we can't find anything. I have one more chance to do
Blueberry.
a good berry. So if we get desperate, we can get some food.
okay. Well, I guess we'll see. Did Helene not come back? Like, does
Nope.
anyone know what's going on there?
The short one hasn't come back yet.
I'm sure she'll come back when she's good and ready to come back.
Isn't
wouldn't
this
be
the
the first
second time? Like, do
Yeah.
we need to go find her again? Because I remember last time she snuck off too, and then we found her by
I can
the
send
lake
Mans
next time.
after her.
Hey guys, I got breakfast.
No, we don't need to find her anymore.
Never mind.
Look at this guy.
That's
Isn't
good.
he big? He's almost as big as I am.
And that's a female, not a boy. Just so
I don't care if it's male or female. It's a catch.
Food
It's like
is
a fish.
food.
It's just look at this guy.
It's actually incredibly hard, and you can't tell a rabbit's gender just by
I know.
looking.
I
Anyway, sister was in 4-H. Yay!
We'll let it drain
I
while
was in 4-H. I have a whole story on that I'm not going to share right now, but yeah.
we'll let that drain as we walk. We can eat it for lunch.
I have to gut it. It's not just a draining it thing. Like you gotta clean it and take all the organs out and stuff.
Mans can do that for you.
I'd prefer your dead, decaying hand not touch my food. That's just a little bit of a turn off for me. Kind of unappetizing.
All right. He is clean, I told you.
Thanks for the offer, though.
Well, how long is it going to take you to gut it? But I still think we should wait for lunch.
15, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead and do that while we pack up camp.
Okay, I can do that real quick. I'm gonna throw all this stuff in the fire so that it can kind of just. I'll leave it for other animals. Give back to nature. Some bear or something that comes around. Who
As
knows?
Mother Nature intended.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm gonna wander off maybe like 20, 30 feet away from camp. That way it just doesn't like stink. And do the gutting real quick and
Okay.
take all the organs out and stuff like that. But leave the viable stuff and we can cook it later.
Okay. So, as you're going out in process, and given your background, I'm going to say you've been trained in this, so no need to roll for it. And it's just a rabbit, nothing
Do we
too
want to roll
complex.
for how quick I can get it done?
Roll for survival for how quick. That's a good way to say it.
18.
18. So despite the fact that you haven't done this in quite a long time, the muscle memory just instantly kicks in,
Yeah.
and you almost kind of feel like you're back in your childhood home, just going through
Gutting
the
rabbits.
motion. Yeah, it's like it's all coming back.
Nostalgic.
Top to base here, then you're gonna flay it open, dig, scoop, one clean motion, and
There
the
goes
15.
the colon.
The 15 minutes that you projected with that 18, you get it done closer to between 5 and 10.
Cool.
So, however, even for the rest of the party, there really wasn't much that you guys had. So, I mean, you pack up in 5 minutes flat, no problem. So, all right. Is there anything that do we need to know anything about you before we head off? I know we've only just recently met, but
Hey, I just met you.
This
And
is
you
crazy.
Like-
seem crazy.
your
Here's
friend
my
Mans is with you, so I don't know. That was kind of what happened this morning, by the way. I didn't ask. All I know is that it just got really loud and
What happened
Azure
this
started
morning?
screaming.
Nothing happened
What
this
happened,
morning.
Azure?
As there's a very evident indent on my neck. Yeah,
Oh
nothing
my
happened.
Nothing happened. It was taking
Actually,
care of.
as a red tiefling, nothing would really show. So
Absolutely nothing happened. Everything was
Although there
taken care
might
of.
be something that has its hands thrown later.
Or hand thrown later. She's like, honestly, nothing happened. Everything was taken care of.
I mean, we are all still alive, and
Yes, we're
Buzz.
alive.
Oh,
Let's keep moving.
absolutely.
What
we're all
happened?
fine.
Oh, the hand was on Azure's throat. I mean,
Thank
it was
you.
fine.
You're the only one I trust to actually tell me the truth.
That's weird.
Well,
I
you're
feel
just a
kind of
very
offended on
straightforward
that.
person.
Oh, that makes sense.
Phileas, you don't count.
I feel even
Wow.
more
Well,
offended now.
let me rephrase that. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelers. I mean, like, out of the ones of us that came off the boat, he's the only one that I trust to tell me the truth. Well,
Okay.
I don't even know, because Azure will tell me the truth sometimes, but he likes to try to protect me and my feelings, and so he doesn't
So
tell
what
me
is it
things
that you want to
sometimes.
know about me? Exactly.
Well, let's talk as we walk.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
The walking begins.
Get your bunny, darling, and let's go.
This
already
is
have
turning
my
into a very
bunny.
interesting situation.
I don't know. It seems like every other time I travel, people just talk and talk and talk.
So, as you guys start heading out in the early, like just past first thing in the morning, so going through everything, Phileas does start kind of asking, it's like, so Eala, like you're all alone. Like, how do you survive out here alone?
I've been on my own for quite some time now. It's not something I'm not used to.
So I don't see any like weapons on you, and no offense, but you don't seem physically gifted to a supernatural extent. So I'm assuming magical capabilities of sorts.
Yes, magic.
Okay.
But I'm not a witch.
Azure, can I ride on your shoulders?
I said I was sorry.
It's okay. You're not the only one that called me a witch.
Yes.
You at least apologized.
I grabbed the small child.
That, not so much.
I'm just listening. And I didn't
So what is it that you can do then? I just like to know what everyone can do, just so
She's extremely
I'm not-
gifted in the art of insults.
That
Silent
seems
small
appropriate.
child. I'm quite gifted at a lot of things.
It's funny because in this setting, that is exactly what you are.
And I know I have no room to speak because she's 100 and some years old. So she's 100 years older than me at least. So I'm like, you know what?
107, darling. No, I stopped aging after.
100 and something.
Oh, something. Gotcha. I was like, 100.
100 and
I
some,
heard
Grandma.
107 too. She's still young.
I'm not your grandma.
Nah,
As a
I'm
high
sure
elf?
glad you weren't.
As a high elf, darling, I am right where I need to be. I assure you.
Helene at that point
right
now
where
gets.
you need to be, in the middle of the forest, with a decaying hand by your side.
It's
Helene
not
at
What
this
more
point
could you
is-
want in life?
Your silence.
Oh, good luck with that one.
At this point, Helene, you get just a massive red hand on your head. Just stop it. We don't need more arguments than we already have had since you joined us. We need to try and just get to town for now.
Fine.
So Boz strikes up a thing with Phileas talking about Elhaz Fe and how he's gonna ask him what he's planning on doing once we get there.
Oh, well, I mean, so this is going to continue on as you guys travel through the first, we're going to say the first half of the day. And it's going to be approaching lunch. As Phileas then recounts again of how, being a bard or a performer, wanting to find some other people to join his troupe and to kind of try to restart what he had before all his comrades also perished at sea. So
Sounds terrible. I'm sorry to hear it.
So, as you guys continue forward, I'd like one of you to go ahead and just roll me a straight d20.
Got it. That's a 16.
16. Okay. So, as you're continuing on, let's say Azure and Helene, you two have definitely kind of separated. It's really become Eala, Boz, and Phileas kind of in one, and then you guys.
We might be trailing along in the back a little bit.
Yep. Like, like 20 feet. Nothing like substantial,
Yeah.
but maybe even like 30 feet. As you two are kind of keeping to yourselves, but I would like the both of you to go ahead and make me a perception check.
No.
I saw it because I'm sitting on his shoulders. He saw nothing. Where's the thing? So that is a 22.
22. All right.
Yeah. And a 5. 22 and a 5.
You kicked him in the face.
Yeah. Azure, you're too focused on not tripping.
I have a small child on my shoulders. I'm not fully paying attention to the road.
So, Helene, with not too much else to do except look around, since you're not having to focus on walking and not tripping or anything, everything is really quiet. There's no signs of really too much. You do notice two things. One of them is that behind you, you do see this little trail of smoke. And then...
Oops. I didn't know. Oops.
It's just this tiny little wisp.
My bad.
And then off on the mountains, you do see some large creatures, like some birds, flying, but they're off in the peaks. You do notice though that the fact that you can see them this far,
Means it's a real big.
they're maybe not massive, but they are big. But they don't seem to be getting closer. You just notice them at the kind of circling the peak tops a bit.
How many of them are there?
You see at least 7.
Do they make me think of like vultures? They're circling the peak.
No, they're more active. They're a little more erratic. They're not the calm flying on the winds or just kind of like hovering on the winds and letting them kind of blow around. It's much more active type of flying, but they're still way too far to be able to get any detail from it.
Hey, Azure. You see those birds up there? Can you tell what they are? Your eyes might be a little bit better than mine.
No.
Yeah.
You say what?
What?
What are you pointing at? Which mountain?
What?
That way?
I want you to know, you just saying you see birds doesn't really help me try to find anything.
I said over there.
As he is now like frantically like turning side to side to try and
grab
find
his
these
head
birds.
that way. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Let's just keep walking. Hey, do we have a plan? What happens if we...
The microphone might be it might be a little too
know.
quiet to pick you up, just to let you know.
That's part of the point.
Okay.
We'll have to talk about a plan later.
All right. So
We should catch up with the rest of the group.
a little past
Giddy up,
like
giddy up.
you're only 30 feet behind. It's just kind of right there. But around this time, Phileas does kind of goes, that's like, so we're out of kind of rations at this time, right?
I got a rabbit.
We do have the rabbit. Do we save that for dinner? Do we have lunch?
In my experience, if you don't preserve meat, you should cook it within like a couple hours of catching it. Otherwise,
I
it
agree.
starts to stink and go bad. So
let's,
I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, let's cook
But
that
if
for
you
lunch.
guys want to start cooking it up, I could go wander off in the forest and see if I could find some other
Yeah, I was planning on doing
herbs or
some
another
searching
rabbit
too.
or something. Yeah, maybe you could find some more of those yams.
That would be nice.
Or
But
maybe they
I'll
were
look
just
for any
island
berries.
yams. But I don't
That'd be
know.
unfortunate. But at least I'll check under the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
So who's gonna make the campfire?
Oh, I can light the sticks.
Perfect.
I can just use Druidcraft to just.
Oh, you can start the fire too? Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
I
go
can just
searching.
do it with magic.
All right. So what's
I can also
everyone
do-
doing at this time? Fire has been lit.
Hopping down off his shoulders and giving the rabbit to Azure. And then I am skedaddling away.
I will go in the similar to her direction, but maybe we split off to cover a larger area.
Oh, Azure. Stopping before I run away. Make sure you skin that thing. I want to make a tiny little bag out of it. I didn't skin it yet. I just gutted it. Do you know how to do that? Or should I do it?
I can do it.
Turn the whole thing out. It turns into one little thing.
I promise I will save all of it for you.
You just
It'll
skin the
be-
rabbit for me?
Yes, I make clothing for a living. I think I can handle
Oh
it.
shit, do you really?
I do.
That's kind of cool.
Would you like me to make the bag for you? I promise the hand will not be involved. Trust me.
I trust.
Okay, well, if you want something to entertain you for a little while, I guess I'm okay with that.
Fantastic. I take the rabbit away and I just kind of walk towards the fire, humming a little song.
I don't like this.
This man just follows behind you.
Okay, now I'm gonna run off into the forest.
Leaning
and-
down to Mans, I'm going to be like, can you find me some interesting little rocks or baubles or anything of the sort out there? You know, the normal stuff.
As you watch as he scurries off.
And she, with like finesse, without using a knife or anything like that, she's just gonna kind of dig her long nails into it and kind of.
I'm glad I
pull
wasn't
the
there
skin
to watch
off.
that.
All right. I would like you to go ahead and make me a Constitution check.
Okay.
Contract. Prolonged die contract.
That's not too good.
Out of curiosity.
The first one was a nat 1. The next one was an 11.
11. Okay, so 11 total.
Yes.
Okay, you don't break a nail doing it.
Good. Fantastic.
And go ahead and make me a survival check for Mans.
Oh, for Mans? Okay.
Anyone else who's doing an action or trying to do it. So Helene, with you looking off, go ahead and roll me survival to see if you can find anything.
Mans has a 14.
14. All right.
Bob's got an 18 on survival.
I got a 13.
13.
Azure
All right.
is waiting for the rabbit so that he can cook the rabbit, so that the rabbit can be cooked.
After she just goes, whoosh, she's just going to go, I'm gonna be like, here you go.
Here's the body.
Nice and quick. So you've got yours.
You put it in a stew or something. We don't have anything to cook in.
Not really.
No.
So Helene,
Oh well.
you're not able to kind of find too much.
The cup.
You're not able to find.
Tracks or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Those that you do, it's more of an old game trail, but it's nothing seems recent on it.
Okay, can I switch my focus then to finding shrubs and foliage and
Yeah, Bob was looking for berries and maybe some yams by digging with this thing.
You just can't help but like maybe more yams. You are able to find what you would identify as some edible roots as you are digging. So nothing as delicious as those yams on the island, but
But you did get to the root of it.
I did. I
did.
found the root.
go ahead. The roots that you pulled up are from a bush that you've had a lot of experience with, and you know these roots are edible, bitter, but not unbearable, and can be added to highlights some flavors at least.
Well, if
but
it's too unbearable, I'll just wild shape into a bear.
Ouch. Someone's soul just...
Mans would face palm, but he's only got the hand. So. He's palmed.
Palmed.
But you also do find a small, looking around with this, a small blackberry bush.
Oh, excellent.
The berries are a little overripe.
We
At
hopefully
this
won't
time,
get too
but-
drunk.
And some of them have like already fallen onto the ground. But
Food is food.
is there anything else anyone else was doing?
I was cooking.
You're cooking.
Just
I'll let you cook the
making
rabbit
bed.
without having to make a roll or anything. right?
Yeah.
It's a simple, you're just cooking a rabbit. How are you going to cook it? Let me ask that.
Fire. I'm just
Like,
gonna
are
cook
you
it
gonna
over the fire.
stick it on a
No
stick?
way.
Are you gonna skewer it? Are you gonna stick it right on the coals? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think he put it on a stick and then just hold it like a big old marshmallow over the fire and just.
Kind of rotate it every once in a while.
Okay. You know what? Actually, no. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Did I find anything? No.
No.
Just found
18.
him.
You have enough sense as to, oh, that's about to probably burn. I should turn.
That's
So no, you don't find anything else,
Maybe
but
I
you are
just
able.
found him on my way back and I'm helping him carry berries.
Yes.
Does Mans find anything?
Yes, he does find
Shinies.
the
Clip-clops.
the types of bauble rocks that you generally like. And he only really, as he does it, he only carries like one back because it's pinched between two fingers.
like-
as he-
She's like, that's perfect. And she's going to take it and I guess get however many he collects for her.
He ends up bringing back 3.
Okay, perfect. And then she's just kind of going to be like, it almost looks like she's pulling some of the string from her sleeve of her gown as she's trying to pull some stuff out so she could stitch it up.
She's
Okay.
Sally. She's just pulling it out of her arm.
That's.
I don't know. I don't trust you.
Unraveling it from her sleeve, and so she's gonna stitch it up. She's gonna make it look really nice, so it's gonna kind of have like the lighter fur on one side, and so like in the center and then the back center, it's just gonna have like the lighter fur, and then on the other side, it's gonna have the darker fur, with a jawstring that has the little baubles hanging from it.
Ooh.
And
I'm
she
so
like
excited. This
she
is
kind of
better
like
than I would've done.
she kind of like fluffed it up a little and made it something that she would sell back home, and when they come back, she'll give it to her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hands check for Mans, please.
Okay.
Though technically, aren't his checks all of his checks sleight of hand?
Ooh,
Sleight of body.
Sleight of
that is gonna be
Sleight
a
of mans.
21.
Good to know. Thank you.
You're
man's,
welcome.
yes.
You know the sleight
Yeah, it's a
of
sleight
mans.
of man's. Sleight of man's hand.
Manos, hands of fate.
All right. So you're all able to reconvene as Boz brings back some berries and some roots. The rabbit's cooking. As Phileas just looked around, couldn't find anything, and comes back just a little dirtier all together. As he comes back, he's like, "That's smelling good. Is it ready? Can we eat it?"
Like, maybe 3 more minutes. I think it needs a little bit more of a toast right here. As he like
Don't
specifically
burn the
points it
thing.
out.
Don't burn it.
I don't intend on burning it. See, right there. It just needs a little bit more.
You know, if you rub some of those berries on it right now, that actually glaze it quite nice.
That sounds like a good idea.
Glazed rabbit.
Glazed rabbit.
That'll keep some of the fat in too. It is not a very big rabbit.
I mean, the rabbit was decent sized, but it's not like a super plump one. Like, there's
It's
not going to
not
be a
like
whole
a
lot to go around.
jackrabbit.
And yeah,
Yeah.
It'll be enough to nourish everyone till the end of the day. Is what it's going to be.
Pretty-
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of, I'm kind of thirsty. You think maybe Phileas? Do you know if there's a river that runs by this area? Or even better, Eala, do you know if there's a river that runs by this area since you've been kind of out here? 'Cause I'm thirsty. It's been a day or so since we had water.
I know there's a river not too far from here. Maybe, 30-minute walk or so?
So there's no, if you're looking at the map,
Right.
remember this is also scaled out massively.
Right.
So that river is actually way into the forest.
Are there
way
any,
in.
like, creeks or springs? Or...
There is, with the mountains right there's chances that you might be able to have like a little underground spring that pops up from time to time around here, but you don't know any
No, I don't think.
precise location.
Okay. She's
Mr.
just...
Magic Man, can you make water?
I cannot.
Fudge.
No,
I can make
I
flower blossom.
really can't. Not right now. I'd rather save it for. Well, if it's an emergency, then yes. But until that point,
Mans, can you go see if we can find any water or something to drink? Liquid.
the berries are wet
gone.
inside. That will
The
do
berries
something.
will help.
If we get some sort of water, we can... If anybody has a bowl, we can cook
Go ahead and
it.
roll me a survival check for Mans.
Okay.
Survival man's.
10.
Okay.
I see him coming back with, like, just a drop of water hanging off of his fingertip.
No, he's got something better.
Okay.
He's got a corpse.
Oh, my God.
So you guys sit down as you're discussing this, and you maybe put a little glaze on the rabbits. The roots are edible just to kind of chew on them. So without any water to clean them off, they're, a little grimy and a little grainy, but they are
Just
edible.
wipe them on our pants or something.
Pretty much. And the rabbit's very nice, and it's a very welcome taste. And thankfully, especially with the glaze, it's not dried out either, so you get a tiny bit of moisture. But after some time, I would like all of you just to roll me a straight D20, and I'm including Phileas in this.
Does Mans need to roll a
20.
D20?
Man does not.
18.
17.
I got a straight 20.
Me
Let's
too.
fucking-
Long distance high five.
Yeah.
Good rolls.
All got above 15, guys. Look
All right.
at that.
I would
That's
like
either really good or really
Mans to go ahead and roll me 2d20s at advantage.
$15.
15. All right, so as you guys are all kind of going and finishing up, like really picking that rabbit down to the bone, you see Phileas, he's got one and he's like really going to town. He's like, oh, I gotta say, altogether it's pretty. As this little handful of mud flies off and smacks him right in the
She's like-
face, as it just sops down. And you just see Mans there, and the backside of his is just covered in mud.
She's like, oh,
We may be able to filter some water out of
that's
that.
what I was thinking. Come here, Mans.
No, show me where you got that. Please. Okay,
She's gonna
I'm a-
scrape it off of him first and kind of like, and she's like,
Screw the mud. I want to go find out where he found the mud. So I'm going to start chasing after the little guy.
Well, she
Run.
currently has him.
Oh.
Mans,
Come on,
will
let's
you
go.
be a good boy? Okay, Mans, be a good boy, and show her where it is. Don't hurt her. She's like, don't hurt her. Do I make myself clear? All right. And she's gonna put him down.
Okay.
You start going, chasing off.
Is anybody else thirsty?
I thought she didn't like the hand.
I don't, but he's offering me water.
It's friends of necessity.
Yeah. Friends with benefits?
Not
No,
No,
absolutely not.
But this is a beneficial friendship.
Right, sure it is.
Yes.
I'll explain that to you later. What friends with benefits means.
It means it's a benefit to be friends with somebody.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Now you better
Ashley,
hurry
what
because
am I
he's running
Okay,
off
okay,
without
okay.
you.
So
All right.
Boz didn't see that, find that strange either.
Oh my.
Shh, it's
He's been
fine.
in the cave for a very long time.
So, you go and follow Mans as he goes out a little bit before taking a sharp turn west, right into the mountains and getting closer there. And as he's going along, the flat plain starts to get a little bumpier as you see old trails of when the mountains are covered in snow. It's late autumn right now, so there's no snows here. It seems like the first ones haven't come yet. But you can tell where the snowfall would melt into pathways. And they're all kind of dried up for the most part here, but you see them kind of scurrying along. But then one of these pathways dips down a little more than the others, and he heads right for the center of it. And as you start going, you feel the ground getting a little squishier underneath you. Some of the rocks and pebbles actually give a little, indicating that there is moisture that's built up here, but nothing for plain drinking water. As he goes, as you follow him through, it's just also Helene doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
for some reason, nobody else was thirsty.
Yeah. Even though no one's had anything to drink for a day now.
Easily a day, because the last time we were around water, it was salt water.
Yeah.
I'm still eating. I have my priorities.
Boz was actually working to get some of the water out of the mud because helping affiliates to clean off and just.
Yeah, that sounds
The berries
delicious.
helped with the moisture.
I'm just picking at the food, eating a little bit now and then, but kind of examining the bones a little bit.
So he goes, and as you're kind of going, he eventually gets to a point where there's some large shrubbery that's growing kind of in the side as this kind of what is now a small waterway that's empty at the time, with embankments going up about 2.5 feet on either side. But he turns, or as you're continuing in, there's this large patch of shrubbery, and you watch as he kind of looks at you, and he's tapping the ground, and he darts into a bush out of sight, seemingly starting to go almost underground.
I'm gonna kind of crouch down and try to see what he's seeing. I'm only 2.5 foot tall, so I crouch down and I'm right there anyways.
He's a little shy of a foot, so.
He's like half your size.
Yeah.
He's that big?
Yeah, he's the size of a normal hand.
I thought it was just a hand, not
No.
a whole. Ew. Okay, so he's
Bone and
yay
everything.
big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, he's approximately
yeah.
right here.
So is he walking around like this? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
But his middle
Like,
finger
this
always
part of
stays
it's sticking
extended.
up?
Yeah, it looks like this, but
Okay.
larger.
I do it like
That
this
can't
just for
see
better actual appearance of it, because I can't really.
The print bed can only print so big.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, I'm still gonna get down on the ground and kind of look, and if I need to, I will get down on my hands and knees and crawl in there.
All right. So
Mance, where'd you go, buddy?
as you kind of see it, there's this behind this shrub is actually a decent sized hole, about a foot and a half across, or we'll say foot and a half in diameter. So you're just small enough to be able to fit through it.
Okay, is it just a
The
hole
man seems
in
to
the
have-
ground?
It's covered up by a bush, but it's kind of going into the hillside a bit.
Okay. I will follow him, and I have dark vision, so I should be okay, but I'm a little hesitant. But
Understandably.
I'm crawling into the hole
Yeah.
in the ground.
So the hole goes just a little ways before it seems to open up just a little more to the point where you can kind of crouch. So it's about probably at this point 2 feet, 2 feet by 2 feet.
Yeah,
And
so
you're
I can
kinda-
crouch.
Yeah. And as you start crouching and going in a little, you can feel this chill and humidity within this cave, and you feel your feet really squishing in, and it's just kind of filled with mud now in here. And you see man's just halfway, this finger's and just like really kind of getting stuck a little bit.
Do you need a hand? Well, I mean, you are a hand. Do you want me to carry you? You could just point where to go. Okay, well, I'm gonna offer my hand, so if he wants to hop on it, he can. Okay, so we go that way. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna follow his direction in the dark.
So you continue going forward, and very quick you start hearing this.
I can hear it. I'm still going quiet, or not quiet. I'm still going slow because my feet are sticking in the ground, but I want to find the water.
Okay. So you continue going forward for just a little bit. It's a very kind of small thing. As it just kind of there's a small bend that kind of goes left. As you can see in front of you is a large boulder, and seemingly, well, there's just a large boulder, and this path kind of goes a little to the left. And as you go in, you kind of get the sense you're going slightly downhill with all this too. But you come into this very small little cave area. And sure enough, from the top, you actually see another kind of large boulder that's kind of jutting out. And it's just dripping, and there's this little pool. And next to this pool is this small, also, creature who's dressed. He's roughly your size, but he's kind of hunched over. And it's dressed in these very dull, very filthy, but almost kind of like red garments covering their head and their hands, and they seem to be, they're not really moved, like there's
Is it just the one?
just one.
Okay.
There's overall, this whole area is probably only like just barely bigger than a 5x5 area.
Okay.
This creature has its back up against the wall completely. Its toes, kind of long with some long nails coming out from it, is almost touching the pool, where this little pool of water is formed in the center there.
Now I'm trying to be quiet because I didn't realize there was anything in there. So I'm going to tap on Mans ever so gently. Be like, "You?" Have you seen him before? Was it here when you came? Hello?
So the second you do that, man's just kind of goes and starts looking at you, but the creature starts like kind of stirring a little bit.
I'm going to have my other hand kind of on my dagger. Who's there?
And this voice just goes, all of a sudden there's kind of this jerking, and as it kind of jerks up, you see this small face, and you notice there's these long ears that come back. It's got this large kind of nose, and as it's looking around, its face resembles that kind of a goblin, but not entire. It almost looks like a goblin that's had almost like a small partial, like human or like a human transformation, just ever so slightly. So it's got more of the.
It's a half-breed or something?
Almost, but you still see, especially like its eyes look more intelligent. But its mouth and its nose still have that goblin feel, but it seems its skin's a lighter tone. It's not that a standard green or anything. But its ears are a good like 4 inches for this small creature. And you notice now that it doesn't have a cloak, but it seems to have like this red cap on it. As it starts startling, it's like, "Ah!" It's like, ah! Who are you? It starts reaching around and seems to grab like a club.
I am armed too, buddy. I just came down here for water. My little friend led me down here, and I didn't know you were down here. So I'm sorry for disturbing you if you live here or something, but you don't try anything and I won't try anything. I'm Helene. I'm a Hafling. Who are you?
I don't know if I should trust you, but this is my water.
No, I don't trust you either, but do you see how tall I am? You think I'm gonna drink all of your water?
I don't care. I want the water. So I think you should just leave.
Send the attack hand in.
What if I trade you for it?
What are you willing to trade?
I have a pet hand.
At this point,
Obviously.
man just goes and just goes.
Obviously, I know that the hand is not going to stay with him. It's a twick. Shh, I know what I'm doing. I promise I'm not getting rid of you. Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. Now, I asked you a question. Who are you?
Okay, go ahead and roll me deception.
$11. I've also had my hand firmly on my dagger this entire time, just so you're aware.
You notice that he's going and he's pulling what looks to almost be like a wooden like scepter of sorts. What else?
Ugh.
Is this area tall enough that we can stand up in now, inside the cave?
Yes.
Okay.
As he's like kind of crouching, like he's gone up from a sitting to like a crouching to be able to stand at a moment's notice as he's holding the scepter.
Like, no. My name is Nilbog. But I don't know if I want the hand. What does it do? It moves. Why is it moving?
I honestly can't answer that question for you because I don't know the answer.
Where'd you find the hand? What is the hand doing?
I found
Is
it
it
on the side of the
alive?
road. It's kind of alive, but it's kind of dead. I mean, have you ever seen a hand just walking around on
No,
its
why
own?
the hell do you think I'm asking you?
I've never seen it either.
Yes, you have. You have it.
I mean, I've seen it now, but I had never
I
seen it
really
before.
don't think you know what you're talking about with the hand.
Mr. Nilbutt, or whatever your name is, I just want to let you know that this is not a very fruitful argument for you, and you are getting very close to getting yourself killed here.
Well, I'm sorry.
Intimidation. I rolled.
Oh, dear Lord.
So
Given-
that's a dirty 20.
Given the state of how everything's gone, I wouldn't say that that alone is enough to intimidate him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I was trying to be
Can-
intimidating.
You're
Can
trying-
Mans assist with this intimidation?
I think Mans is just too confused at the moment to really play. Being with someone who is not you, being
Right.
offered and then whispering, and it's just, I wouldn't say
He doesn't
Mans
trust
is.
me yet, and he's sitting here like, wait, what? I was trying to help. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like he's not quick enough to be able to process everything or necessarily believe what she is saying either.
I was gonna say, well, Mama told him to be nice to her.
Well, exactly, but now she's not necessarily being nice, so he's much more passive and just waiting to
See
Right.
what happens
do
here
like
now.
to strangle someone, but he's not sure. He's really not sure who.
Right.
But I would say, kind of given that, it's not enough to actually. He's not intimidated at this time.
Okay, okay.
But he is looking at the hand though. It's like,
I do feel there's a lot that I could do with something of that type of. I don't even know what it is, but I feel like I could use it. So I will give it to you for one sip. You wanted to trade. So if you get one sip,
This
and I get the
hand
hand.
is worth a heck of a lot more than one sip. This hand is worth ownership of this little watering hole of yours. So if you're not willing to give me at least that, I'm gonna just walk my happy butt out of here.
he starts pulling the scepter there and starts to stand up. It's
Hey,
like,
buddy.
I think you should.
Is this thing about my height, about my size?
yeah, it is very close.
Hey, Mans.
Hey, Mans. Hey, Mans.
You feel like strangling something?
What?
You feel like strangling something?
He starts inching closer to you.
I'm gonna pull my knife
He's
real
just
quick.
waiting.
I'm gonna pull my knife real quick and try
Throw
to-
it at him?
Yeah, that
All right,
word.
we're starting some combat.
Yep, this is a great idea.
All right.
Do we need to roll for initiative
So
for man?
we're gonna roll for initiative because he is ready for this. So
Yes.
as he
Yes,
sees
he
you
is.
starts to pull the knife, we're gonna start it there. So Mans is gonna roll as well.
Okay, he got a 10.
So given the area space too, you guys are.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay.
I can't
Oh,
math.
that's lovely.
That was quite scrumptious. Indubitably.
The rabbit? The rabbit was scrumptious? Or my roll onto the floor?
Both?
All right. So what'd you guys get?
I got a 10.
12.
A 10, 12. All right. He starts seeing you do that. He's gonna go first.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna get shot in the jaw. Doobadoo, doobadoo, doobadoo.
I was cursing his dice.
I was like, Mans would be like, but he's only got one hand.
He just
He's like, flex, flex.
I work out.
I pumped the bones.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay.
Solo combat.
So he's gonna
Well, I have
start
Mans with me too, so that kind of helps.
at the start of this. Are you still holding Man's like kind of open in your hand?
Unless Mans has jumped off my hand yet, but I don't think he has.
He would not have
I've
done
got him
anything
in my
yet.
hand, and I've got my other hand on my dagger. Yes.
Okay. So Nilbog is going to go, and
But he's also. I was gonna say he's 20 feet away from me. He's
No.
not 20 feet away from
no,
me.
you
He's
guys
right
are.
there.
Yeah, it is.
5
You
feet.
are within 5 feet, and there is no real room to maneuver in here. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead.
Oh boy. I don't know
pull out
what
the
I'm
right
fighting,
book.
guys. This was a bad idea.
I think so.
I gotta hand
Helene, you were great.
I
You have
gotta
made horrible
hand it
mistakes
to you. This
today.
was a really bad idea.
I wanted water, damn it.
This is what you get for being aggressive for your water.
Be
Oh,
aggressive.
there we go.
Be aggressive.
Just got to do a double check. Sorry, everyone. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not me.
Glad it's not intelligence.
It still didn't turn out great. 9.
9.
Yeah.
So he looks at you and goes, it's like,
You look like a halfling. With your size, you should be called a quarterling.
as he casts Tasha's hideous
Oh,
laughter,
no.
and you fail.
So what does that mean?
You perceive everything is hilarious, funny, and you fall into a fit of laughter. You failed it, so you fall prone and you are now incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration.
For how long?
Until the end of each of your turns,
You can make a new
or
save.
each time you take damage, you can make a wisdom saving throw to end the effect.
If not, and you fail every single one, it will last for a minute.
I'll be dead by then.
Every time you take damage, you would also go to
Okay,
6
okay.
save.
But that was his whole action.
That's his action, yeah.
Okay. I'm laying on the ground laughing. Mans, help me, please.
So after that, Man's turn then, right?
Yes.
I already forgot the turn order. I didn't write down since there's just 3 of us. All right, what's Man's gonna do?
Mans is just gonna be like,
What's a man's
look,
gotta do?
look, and then just lunge at him neck first.
Question:
Yes.
Can Man's be charmed?
No.
Mans doesn't have a brain. Or
Mans
ears.
cannot be charmed because he has no brain and he is non-living.
All right,
like
go ahead
charming
and
a
roll an
zombie.
attack roll for Mans.
Is he a zombie?
Yep. He's immune to charm. He's immune to exhaustion. And roll an attack roll, you said?
Yep.
Come on, Mans.
Monster Hunter.
5.
That was a 5.
Boredom.
Hey.
What? That's how many fingers he has. You got a 1 for each finger.
So he goes and lunges out, but the problem is like it's right as Helene's starting to fall prone, so he goes to lunge and it just lands
He just
short.
falls.
He's like,
Well,
All right, anything else that Mans can do?
no. Unless he wants to scurry up.
We'll
Or
get
out.
right there. Yeah. All right.
like-
Helene. It is so you are incapacitated, which means you have no actions or reactions. So at the end of your turn, you are prone on the ground just laughing. Go ahead at the end of your turn now. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
I picture Man's just sitting there trying to
it
smack her out
wasn't
of it.
even a 1. I can re-roll a 1. It was a 2.
Oh, poor her.
Or a Halloween. Goodbye.
I'm gonna kill
So-
this bastard.
You're gonna try to.
No, I'm gonna kill him.
It's no longer an attempt.
Oh.
It will happen.
So
Did you forget something?
it is
Maybe. Is his turn?
Nilbog's turn now. And as Man's lunging is like at him trying to get there, as he's continuing to hold the spell on that, but he just goes like, it's like, I don't think I want something to attack me. And he's gonna take a scepter and try to bash Mans.
Oh, lucky mama is not there.
All right. That is a 10 to hit.
No, 10 does not hit.
Scepter flies down at it, and Man's just able to jump out of the way as it crashes down. It's like,
Hold still, you little bastard!
all right, that's
Mans
gonna.
just flips him off.
All right, that's gonna be his turn. So Man's turn now.
Mans is gonna take another lunge at him.
Okay.
Sorry, we are attempting to get up the stats on this because somebody said I didn't need any attack stats on this.
On a hand?
They do have stats, so one moment, please.
I'm assuming the hand has stats.
Perfect, thank you.
The hand has fingers.
So he is going to attempt to claw at him.
All right, roll to hit.
Perfect. Oh my god, Mans. That'd be 11.
I'm gonna go boil some water real quick and clean all of our dice. This is ridiculous. I don't know what word was trying to come out there.
Redonkulous.
Yeah, this
Redonkulous.
is ridiculous, and then I don't know. I don't know. I can't
All right.
words.
Send it to me on Discord.
So that misses.
Oh my god. So Mans is just gonna be like, shucks.
Like
And he's
Mans goes
gonna-
and like he goes and starts like trying to climb and scratch, but unfortunately it seems like this little creature had some like leather as part of what he was wearing,
Right.
and it just kind of scratches and leaves these nail marks that go down, but doesn't actually break his skin.
And then he's gonna crawl around behind him.
Okay. As he watches Nilbog just like looking around, taking like a single step back,
Gotta squish your big thumb first!
and it's Nilbog's turn. He's gonna try to do the same thing and roll to.
At least he's attacking the hand, not me.
To be fair, it's not giving you a chance. It's
That's
that's
different.
true.
That's gonna be a 21.
Ooh, that hits. Can I give the DM disadvantage?
I have tokens.
I was gonna say, I know I got tokens somewhere. Please.
Mans is gonna take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mans just disintegrates. And I'm thinking back at camp.
Oh shoot!
I'm
Wait,
I'm
what?
thinking back at camp. Eala feels this, and she's like, "Damn it!"
How much damage did he take?
7.
And he died?
He
He's a
has-
hand.
He has 2 HP.
Oh
did.
So when
I
she
thought he might
feels
have, like,
that,
10.
she's gonna take the little bones that she has in her hand and she's gonna kind of bury them into the dirt and cover it over, utter a few things to rebirth Mans.
Okay.
And then she's gonna be like, "What are you? Why are you here? You should be. Go find her."
No.
That's with that. Boz would probably go after the hand,
So
Yeah, I
that's
would
gonna.
say
So
but this can be a while away.
I don't know
this
what
is gonna be a
happened.
little while away. Mans didn't go too far, but this is still a little
I thought
while
it was
away.
like 20 minutes away, kind of a thing.
Not 20 minutes.
Okay,
Like
okay.
this is probably only closer to like 5-ish minutes away. But the thing was is that he searched for a while, found this, came back, and then brought every. You guys followed, so
Also
it wasn't
very-
long.
I don't know if we did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
They're gonna
respond to
follow.
that.
So,
Yeah, I would say Eala and
So it's gonna be my
Boz
turn
would
in the
follow
corner
after the hand.
next.
Much more stress,
Porn order.
Azure.
Hey, I saved this time. I'm pretty sure I got a 16. Well, technically a 19. So, fingers crossed. I saved.
A 19.
Yes.
So yes, you
Thinking
do.
That's probably enough to save.
Yeah. So you do succeed. So you are still prone on the ground, but you are no longer.
Laughing.
Yeah, you're no longer laughing. So after your turn, so it is now Nilbog's turn. It is Nilbog's turn. As he goes to walk up and
Can I use a reaction to dodge?
not from just a swing. No, not
I'm
not
just
like
gonna
that.
roll over
I was like,
into his
roll
legs.
away. Yeah.
So he keeps a little bit of a distance because he needs it to swing, and it's like,
I knew that hand was worth this. You dirty liar!
and he's gonna go and try to swing and hit you. So he's gonna roll with advantage to hit.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Nope, that's gonna
Fail.
be a dirty 20 to hit.
Damn it. Yeah, that hits.
Not a critical though.
Oh, yippee.
So there we are. You're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As the scepter just bashes into the back, and you feel a little bit of blood coming down the side of your skull. Your turn.
You dirty bastard. I'm gonna hop up real quick. Not that I even need to use movement because I'm in a confined
Yeah.
space here.
You're attacking.
Yes.
Before you attack,
Oh, okay.
you have to make a charisma saving throw.
A what?
Charisma saving throw.
I heard Christmas saving throw, and I'm like,
Charisma
You have
saving
to
throw.
save Christmas.
you have to do what?
Only you can save Christmas.
Charisma. That's a 14.
You do succeed, as when the intentions to go and hit him come to your mind and you start going to act, you feel almost this presence emanating from him, compelling you to actually praise him for a weird reason. But you're able to fight, and you're able to try to hit him.
Have we made it there yet? Because I know our
In
speed is a
6
lot
seconds.
quicker than theirs.
A round of combat is 6
So
seconds.
this is more of oh, you're just now getting Mans out of the ground.
Okay.
So roll to hit.
That is an 11.
11 misses.
Yeah, I figured it did.
That's what I rolled.
I know. I'm gonna throw away these dice and start over.
All right.
So now I'm going to.
You should be able to attack as a bonus action too.
Just kick him.
I don't think I can attack as a bonus action. Yet.
You do have some abilities with bonus actions, especially as a rogue.
I have first strike and cunning action. And
You could get the fuck out.
Yeah. You could disengage and flee like a.
I
some-
could, but I'm mad
Like,
and I want
you
water.
could
I'm
run
gonna kill
away
this
like
guy.
rabbits from a burning burrow.
I don't know that Mans comes back, so all I know is Mans is dead and you're gonna be pissed. So if I don't kill the bastard that killed Mans, I'm gonna be in trouble too. So, I am just going to I don't know if that. I'm gonna get right up in his face because he has a long range weapon. So I'm gonna kind of like step forward. Can I try to like shoulder check him? Just like shove him?
Not you
with the
can't go to
intent-
shove.
Not with the intent of attacking or damaging him. Just pushing him, throwing him off balance.
Not with any actual force because you already used your action to attack.
This is homebrew. This is just an interaction with the world.
Not like you can definitely kind of come up and like
Get in his bubble.
like you can get in his bubble, but not to the extent that it's going to. You can't actually end your turn there in someone else's space, especially because it's hostile. Because as you go up, like he will
step
actively,
back.
yeah, like he's actively. You know, someone comes up without doing anything, he's just gonna like hold his staff in the way and other stuff,
That
or
is
his
fair.
scepter in the way. So you could get in his face for a moment, but that's like inches is not going to actually be able to
Okay, that's
maintain
fair.
by the end of your turn.
That's fair.
Inches.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do anything then.
All right, so
I have my dagger ready and I'm gonna attack again here when I can.
okay, I'm double checking something real quick. It's not gonna matter for this turn, but I do want to check something.
Oh boy. I hate
bollocks.
this guy.
Oh.
Nil Block
Nope,
or whatever
couldn't do
his
that.
name is.
All right, so
Oh,
he's gonna go, and I'm gonna need you to make another wisdom saving throw. Is he's going to cast another
Now,
vicious mockery of.
Looks like you don't even have a hand to help out with anymore.
oh, I love the fur. Okay. That was wisdom, right?
I take it you rolled a 1 and then got to
Yeah.
reroll because it's a 1.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
like
wisdom.
that.
Yep. What? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 21.
21. Yes, you definitely succeed. So you're pissed
I
off
did
enough
that.
that you feel the magic kind of coming
Well, I
towards you, but you're
rolled
able to
two.
have that laser
Forgot about
focus and
that.
just ignore it. It is your turn. At this point, Mans is starting to like explain with a thumb of whack, 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 whack.
Whack, whack,
And she's just like, good. We are following you, mans.
Okay.
All right.
I am gonna try to slash at his throat now.
All right, before you attack again,
Charisma,
charisma saving. Yeah, charisma saving throw.
12. Come on, man.
You just barely succeed.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
good.
The like the pulse, like you're
Come on,
about to
man.
start like complimenting him on his hat before you are able to redirect it.
Oh, that's such a nice hat. That looks stupid on your face.
13?
13 does hit.
Okay.
Barely.
Thank you.
13 barely. Actually, no, it doesn't barely hit. It's no, yeah, it just barely hits. 13.
Meets it, beats it.
Yep. Stab, stab, stab.
Stabby stab. That is,
Stabbed for stab damage.
yeah. I add my dexterity to it, right?
Correct.
Yep.
My damage?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 6 points of damage.
So
And then I'd like to use my bonus action to stab him again. Because I forgot I'm a rogue, too.
with a bonus action, you can do an unarmed strike.
Okay, maybe I'll punch him
No,
in the
you can-
face.
It's a dagger. It's a light weapon. So you can attack with a bonus action. You don't add your modifier to it. That's the attack.
Oh, you don't add your modifier to the second attack?
Yes.
Okay.
But you do for full damage. It does full damage, but you don't get to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, yeah. So you go and you slash him, and it goes deep, and it seems to really affect him as some dark blood starts pouring out. Go ahead and charisma saving throw as you try to punch him in the face.
Keep
Then.
hearing Christmas. Oh, that's a 16, 19.
Yep, success.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Please be good, please be good, please be good. Not good. Not good.
Not a 13.
That's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
8
in
misses.
Total. Yep, so I just swing wide there.
Yeah. All right. It is now his turn. as there's blood dripping down pretty hard on him. And he's going to go and... Oh, where is it?
Why do I not like what it is?
My first time having to look up spells, like, constantly used, so I don't have all of this right in front. I need to get better at it. Haha. There we are. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
No.
As he starts calling you, huh?
No.
I'm not doing it.
As he's gonna cast vicious mockery on you.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Am I technically frightened
Nope.
by his insults? Damn it.
This is nothing to do with frightened.
Well, maybe I'm scared of being called lame or something. Well, that's a 19, so I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
Yeah. So
Your
he's
insults don't affect me.
like, especially kind of going for that. Like, he starts to kind of do it and starts coughing up blood, and it interrupts his ability to try to cast anything. So nothing happens. It is your turn.
You dirty cave dweller. Oh wait, I know a cave dweller. That's kind of a rude
So-
insult.
Charisma check to hit him, or charisma saving throw to hit him.
Yeah.
Is it a 2?
It wasn't a 1. Yes, it was a 2.
All right. So
As I just finished insulting him.
Nilbogism. Any creature that attempts to damage the Nilbog must first succeed a DC charisma saving throw or be charmed until the end of the creature's next turn.
Sorry.
A creature charmed in this way must use its action praising the Nilbog.
Praise him.
You have found such a wonderful spot underground to set up and just live your life in peace, just terrorizing innocent people, hurling wonderfully composed insults.
Yep.
Bastard.
You say it in your mind.
I'm sitting here, I'm trying.
Okay, so
Can I use my bonus action to do something else? It's fine. It's fine. I use my
you are
action.
charmed by it, so in this case,
No.
no, not on that.
Yeah.
But it is now his turn. And seeing as these are failing, he's gonna try to go and smack you. And in damaging you, going to damage you, go ahead and make a wisdom save against this effect.
I'm not using that roll. That's on the floor. And that's not much better, but that's a 13.
That is enough. So as he smacks you again with his scepter, and you're gonna take 5
Doesn't he have to roll to hit too?
He did. He rolled a 22 to hit.
Oh.
So I didn't say.
Darn. Well, thanks.
But as you take another, and this time it's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning. There we go.
7, 6,
7, 5,
5,
7,
11.
5, 6. There we go.
So what is it, 5?
6 points of bludgeoning
It's
damage.
clearly 765.
I heard
Are
4.
you sure it's 6?
I heard 4.
I'm sure it's 6.
Okay. I'm not worried about it yet.
All right.
Don't worry, dear. Hope is
So
on
at this
the way.
point, as you've kind of done that, man starts running off.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way you guys are getting to me before I finish this
I'm
fight.
thinking that she's gonna actually, or I'm gonna scoop him up and just have him like point in the direction, and I'm going to sprint.
Okay.
So
He's got
Yeah,
one
it's
finger
hard
out,
to
and
something
it just kind of
happen.
guides this way as he's bracing himself with the
He's a
other
compass.
ones.
she's used to his movement and his lingo, so she's just going because she knows if she needs to move, he'll get like a tap or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah,
a
she
compass
is
right now.
she is sprinting.
He is a compass.
All right. So Helene, your turn.
It is my turn now. Let's make another charisma saving throw. 10.
10 fails. You can't help but praise his glorious red hat. That makes him look so majestic.
Quite a fine hat you have, Mr. Nilboggle, whatever your name is. I don't remember and I can't.
No bog.
No bog. Okay.
It's goblin backwards.
Ha ha! I didn't know that. That's funny. Thank you. Quite a
Yep.
fine hat you have. It draws a lot of attention to a whole lot of
Like you want to insult, but the magically
fog underneath.
the words magically change to praise. As he just sits there.
You cannot touch me!
Slap that stupid grin off your face.
Well, he's.
Your glorious face.
You can still. Are you wanting to move or do anything or else? Or you're just biting, trying. He's gonna roll to hit you. That's. Oh, that's only 11 to hit.
Misses.
So you still have enough sense that he goes to swing to try to crack open your skull with that scepter again, but you're able to duck out of the way.
What fine skill you have in fighting, sir.
It is your turn.
Be good.
Saving throw.
Not 20!
So, with a nat 20 on the success against it, I will say, since this is what this.
Wait, could
This
be
was
an
against the
attack
charm.
roll instead? I'll roll a charisma
Yeah.
roll. I'll save that.
So, I will say the next time you also don't have to roll against it since you got a nat 20 on that.
I never will be charmed by this bastard again.
Well, just at least one more round for that. Anyway, go ahead and roll for damage.
I have to roll the hit too.
Yeah, roll to hit first, sorry.
Yeah.
Roll to hit first.
Yeah, that would help. It would help if my dice loved me though too. Does a 6 hit?
The 6 does not hit.
Didn't think so.
You do have your bonus action, though.
And I drop it and it turns into a 20. Can we count that as my second hit? 14, 18.
Well, 14, because again, you're attacking again, another charisma save every time you go to attack.
Yeah, well. No, you said that I got a 20 on my last charisma.
Oh, that's
save.
right. So it does
Yeah,
hit.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
cool.
I was thinking next turn for whatever reason.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a 5 damage.
So,
Slice.
as you go, and the Nilbog goes and sees that the your fist, or sorry, with the dagger, it's coming like right towards his face. He goes, and all of a sudden, you see the scepter, which, taking a little closer look, seems to have this big grinning like goblin face on it. And all of a sudden, you see the eyes kind of light up. And as the dagger starts to make impact, it seems to go in without like any force. And it comes back out
It just passes right through him.
and just kind of goes whoosh. Well, actually, instead of doing that, you watch as this little like green energy actually seems to envelop him, as all of a sudden the wound on his chest starts to close, as he's going to regain 4 health points.
The little beep.
That little jerk.
At the end of it, he's just kind of do that, and he looks, and he looks at the little scepter, and it just goes, bing.
Bing
like-
as in it disappears?
Nope, it just like lights up for a little second,
Okay.
especially on the eyes. It's like
The, the rules of fortune! You cannot beat me!
so. It's his turn. As he then takes that same. Actually, no, he's going to try another Tasha's hideous laughter. So I need you to make another wisdom save.
You got this. I believe in you.
At least it was a 1. That wasn't much better. I failed. It's under a 10.
Okay.
Yippee!
You are now incapacitated and prone on the ground. It is your turn, so I need you to make
I'm gonna kill you, you bastard! This is
You charming little bastard.
you charming. You and your red hat. Oh my god! I can't even save. Every time I set my stupid dice down.
Stop it.
All right.
Breathe.
So at the end of your turn, go ahead and make another save to see if you can break out of it.
Yes. It's not nat 20, but yes.
All right. At this point, it's been like, let's see, that was 3 more rounds, so it's only been
30
like
seconds.
18 seconds, yeah. As you guys are now, granted, how fast can you run?
My speed is 30.
So we're dashing.
So
Yeah, if we're
dashing, so
dashing
you're
at
doing
60.
60 feet, but that means you've traveled less than 200 feet in this time. So, for all intents and purposes, they're still a ways off.
I'm not expecting help. I don't even think that I am in the boat where I don't know that they know that I'm even in trouble because I was with Mans and now Mans is dead. I don't know the Mans details.
Yep.
Yes,
There's
as
no
far-
man's manual,
As far
so-
as she knows, Mans was just a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
Mans
wasn't
just
like,
disintegrated.
a summoned creature.
Right.
He disintegrated. He died. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna kill this bastard, and at least I can.
Through all this too, you guys are also been stepping, and you've fallen into the pool of water, and dirt's being kicked up, and there's blood that's been spilled into it now too.
Great. Now we're ruining the water.
You sullied the water.
I need you to. It's his turn. He's gonna do another Tasha Sidious Laughters. Go ahead and make a save as he goes.
You're not really a halfling anymore. You're a wetling.
14.
14. That does succeed. I have to come up with so many jokes off the top of my head over and over. Okay, your turn.
That one just.
If you're attacking, you got to save first.
19 for a save.
Does save.
So the dice have been.
Is this
has
like
been
the
charged.
4th time you rolled a 2 tonight?
So here.
Try something else.
Do your second attack.
We'll roll to save for the second.
13.
16 in total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 in total. The dice just don't want to hurt him.
I'm gonna go wash my hands or something. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry, dear. Help is on the way.
Can I headbutt him? Pretty sure I can make that hit land.
On your next turn, you can try.
Sea biscuits. Monkey feathers. This is stupid.
Also, when you do the unarmed, it's gonna do a total 1.
Man, your dice are just cursed with this.
I used his dice on that last one. It's just me right now.
Helene just cannot defeat the Nilbog.
I could have. I have attacked so many times.
All right, it's
We've
his
gone
turn.
through like 10 rounds of combat now, and I've hit him twice.
And one of them healed him. All right, he's gonna swing a scepter at you this time.
Miss you, bastard.
He is gonna miss with a 9.
Dirty. Freaking
Your turn.
cave dweller. 13 to save.
Does
charisma.
save.
Okay, cool. 16, dirty 20. Cool.
Success.
Yes. Let's do some
Shank him.
damage.
Harvest his kidneys.
Just 5 points of damage.
You go and stab him again as he coughs up more blood, but he is still standing. But you notice as his legs are starting to shake, and the joy mischief in his eyes is turning into beads, and you can still see hatred and some fear just kind of creeping up.
I am going to reach out and just grab on his staff thing and pull it in close so I'm face to face with him kind of a thing, and I'm like, I told you not to fight me, you bastard. I'm gonna try to stab him again in the side.
Roll to save.
17, so dirty 20.
Yep, roll to hit.
Thank you, dice.
Nat
gods.
20.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die now. This is
Roll
the
for
end.
damage.
Roll bye-byes. Yay, big
7,
bye-byes.
7, but because it's a critical, it's double damage,
Yep.
right? 10 damage.
Okay, so
So what happened?
an interesting thing occurs.
Oh no.
In that as you go and stab him, all of a sudden as it's going through, you see the lights on the staff light up again. Because this is a reaction for him.
Did I
So
not have to roll the percentile dice then?
you are going to roll the percentile dice
Okay.
because it's only it only reduces the damage, not the effects that may come with it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the percentile dice as we get to see, first time in a while, what the critical injury table is going to be. Because I'm going to go, I should have pulled this up a while ago.
Nine.
But
16.
16. Except I rolled the wrong one. I was trying to roll ones that matched. That's so sad. I have no magic.
so 16%.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
That is okay.
Where'd it go?
I'm in for
I know it's been so long. I'm like, oh, that's right. This exists.
Yes, indeed it
that. We
does.
get to get some kids.
What?
What?
We're still operating children. Okay, that's my job.
That, yeah, that turned dark.
I was like, well, you did take out the bunny's mom.
You know, they were old enough. It's time for them to face reality.
Yeah, you got
They're
Thumper.
only old enough when the little white dot on their forehead is gone.
They were moving too fast for me to see, so if they can move that fast, they're fine. No worries.
Yes, because that's how it works.
That's what she tells herself.
Kill or be killed. I was hungry.
It's the law of nature.
If they die, then they die. Oh, well.
Okay. I am struggling because I cannot pull up. I don't know where this thing went.
I am gonna say that he gets a concussion.
I was gonna say you chop his ear
Oh
off.
wait, found it.
Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here trying to pull something out of my ass.
I appreciate it. I know the concussion with that. It was 16, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Was it actually a concussion? I know that's on the table.
It is.
No, it's different. As you go, for that follow-up one, it goes and you go and he tries to put his hand up, like he puts his hand up to block and kind of feints with it, as the blade like kind of passes through, as you just kind of watch him like in that sense go, ah! But as it kind of goes, like you follow through and it pushes through and you feel this snap as his hand then like flinches back as you broke his hand.
A hand for a hand.
So-
I'm gonna say that now too.
So he yanks back. It's like,
That shouldn't happen.
so
Wouldn't have happened if you hadn't killed my friend, buddy.
he just goes and like
Get
see him and it's
manhandled.
like
Break your nose.
as he's gonna like try he's gonna attack and try to shove his scepter into your face.
I'm also holding on to the scepter.
It's kind of to the
Can we
point.
grapple it?
No, that's
Damn
an
it.
action. Action to grapple. That is going to be a 17 to hit though.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Miss my face, miss my face, miss my face.
It was not a yeah, it wasn't a crit, but you are gonna take 7 points of bludgeoning damage on this one.
Talk about a bludgeoning nose. My nose is bludgeoning.
How does
All right.
he look?
Oh, he did regain health on that. He's going to regain
No.
3 points of health on that.
So was that 10 minus 3? Because she did 10 damage with the.
The ability reduces the damage taken in the response to taking it to 0.
Okay.
And then he rolls a 1d6.
So he took no damage.
He took no damage. It still broke his hand because it doesn't negate the effects of any damage.
Okay. Well, if I
But
had
he
to
ended up
guess,
healing.
If I had to guess how poor he looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
He's gone from bloodied to critical to okay.
So he went from a 10 to a 1 to a 5.
All right. It is your turn, Helene. What are you doing?
Hope is
As
on
his
the way.
laughter just continues to fill in, as you guys have made it another like almost 200 feet again.
I'm going to save on the charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And does a 12 hit?
12 just misses.
13 is his AC.
charisma saving throw, and definitely hit him this time.
Okay.
That's at least a 19 to hit. So yeah.
7
that
more
is.
damage. If any of it even does anything.
Again, the scepter lights up. He uses his reaction.
That is baloney. How are you supposed to fight someone who you can't hurt?
To be fair, you can only do it once per turn. If
Yeah,
there was
but
more
there's
than
only
one of
one
us there,
Yeah.
if there was more than one of us there, he'd probably
Help
not
is
be
on the
feeling
way.
so good right now. We're coming.
All right. So he's gonna go and he's gonna heal. He heals for some more. As he watches like some of the marks and so he stops. He has stopped bleeding out of his chest at this time. So it is his turn. I need you to make another wisdom saving throws. He's gonna cast another vicious mockery.
All this for something to drink.
Oh,
Yep.
Something to drink.
12.
Let's see. You barely succeed. 12 is his DC. All right, your turn. He's casting these so much, and he doesn't have a limit. It is an at-will thing that I'm just... I don't have that many jokes prepared. So,
That is fair. That is fair.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just stab him in the kidneys.
No.
The halfling only has half a brain. She can't think.
I have half a brain at this point.
You're not supposed to agree with him.
Attack him. I'm agreeing with the DM.
Does
I'm
the
dead
party
right now.
hear at least coming from the hole?
I would say at this point, yeah.
Okay.
You are now in the gully. So,
10 for my charisma saving throw.
you have to praise him.
What a wonderful fighter you are, Mr. Nilblock. You are such a great guy, and I totally don't want to kill you. And that's all I got.
I saw you roll more dice. I was waiting to see, but... Oh. So, to the party, it's been more than a minute now of you two just fighting back and forth. Sprinting there instead of kind of the leisure that Mance does not move fast and
No.
with all of this going on.
Yeah, that's why
You have come to that, and you have come now into the gully where you do see that bush, and you hear laughter, and you hear Helene sounds coming from inside, but it is a small, like,
It's-
1.5 diameter.
Is a
little
wolf? How tall is a wolf?
Well, I was gonna say I'm small enough that I could army crawl in.
Well, I can become a badger or something and just run right through.
Badger would work.
So, yeah, again, it's 1.5 feet in diameter.
How tall is a wolf? Like wolves are actually
Wolves
small.
are
Wolves
bigger,
are coyotes are
Wolf?
smaller than
Oh, size of a wolf. A wolf would have to crawl. It'd be really awkward.
Okay, then
Go
badger.
badger.
Badger time.
She's
So
gonna
he just kind of dives.
she's gonna let
Shape-
Mans
run through.
she's gonna let Mans go in with him, and then she's gonna attempt to claw her way through, so to say.
Okay. So, it is the Nilbog's turn as he starts hearing these sounds and sounds of other commotions.
He's distracted. Attack of opportunity.
No, he's not that distracted enough.
You can, yes.
That's my fault.
What he's gonna do though is let's check that thing. He's got one more potential trick up his sleeve.
Oh, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. He is going to go and he's going to, seeing this kind of happening,
Seeing what happening? Everything's
well,
happening
sorry,
outside.
hearing people coming in, and I'm going to say he hears sounds coming because you two are now crawling into the hole. So
Okay.
it's man's.
Giant centipede is the smallest thing I can do, but that's still pretty. No.
That's the smallest thing you could do. You couldn't do like a rat or something?
No, giant. Oddly enough, a giant rat's still small.
Yeah.
It's just not tiny. So I'm a giant
Rodents?
rat.
It's like a New
Usual
York
size?
size rat. A New
Yeah,
York-
it really
yes,
is.
It is
It's
a New York sewer rat.
a giant rat's this big, and you would say that's a
It's the size
giant
of a
rat.
large cat.
Yeah.
Mans is leading the way.
All right. So with you three going in into the hole,
Is she going in the
I'm
hole, too?
standing outside.
I'm like digging the hole bigger, so I can.
Yeah, no, I feasibly cannot fit inside that hole. I am standing outside the
All
hole.
he sees is she's like Winnie the Pooh right now in the hole.
so what he's going to do for his turn, he's going to attempt to shove you as his action back like into where the base of that hole was.
Fat chance. Sorry.
Skinny chance.
We'll see.
I know
I was about to say this is contested strength.
So the shove is a very underused thing, and the mechanics are a little strange.
Well, I think I should be able to use acrobatics to fight that because dexterity, so he tries to shove me and I can just kind of move out of the way.
Shove counts as an attack action. So just like you can't just use your reaction to constantly dodge everything, it is the same with this. But I'm double checking.
Should use his strength modifier. He's pretty weak.
And goddamn. So yeah, he's gonna. So go ahead and roll a strength check as because you're also have been so close. No, I take it. He rolled high, so because I'm
Less
unsure.
than a 5.
Yeah.
It might be a 4.
Because I was unsure as to whether it's a check or just an attack roll, and I think it's an attack roll. But either way, he would got a 14 on it.
I think it's a check, actually, isn't
But-
it? Contested strength check?
Usually.
So not technically.
But either way, he rolled a 14.
He beat you. So.
Yeah.
So it's either way. So with that, he goes and he pushes you right into like the center of the hole, and you almost are like partway. You get like kind of stuck into it as your lower half kind of like starts crumpling, and as like you kind of are pushed down and are sitting like into the hole halfway. But that is going to be his action.
Rude.
Man's like.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So you feel this like right up against your lower back.
It's like crawling up her, trying to get
Like trying to
around.
squeeze by the side.
Ah, who's touching me? I'm gonna throw myself out of the hole with my elbows.
Okay. You're able to
Maybe-
get up. Like that's all he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
And then Man's
Kind
like
of-
springs out like.
And then Boz is right behind them.
So again, this is only like a 5x5 little cave. So as you guys are starting to get in there, there is not enough room
I
to
go first.
maneuver.
I realize that I can't get in, so I'm pushing myself back out. But
That's fair.
Definitely-
I get
See,
myself
you're trying to get in,
unstuck,
can't get out.
and I
Grabs
go
it.
straight for him.
Yeah.
I'm just pushing
he just
myself.
grabs the back of her dress and goes. Whoosh. She's like, "That was very uncomfortable."
I mean, I can imagine. It's tiny.
She's like.
So I found the strength thing just so we're clear for shoving. It's against your strength or your acrobatics check.
Damn it! You could have told me that before.
I
I mean,
apologize.
don't
I wasn't
it would not
100%
have
sure on that.
changed it because it would have been contested regardless. I think you got higher
That
than your
is true.
acrobatics.
But I would have gotten a 12
His
Yeah.
14 still would have won.
instead
Yeah.
of a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I am first of all rolling to resist being charmed.
He's so charming,
Rolled
isn't he?
Off of an 18 onto a 4.
So as you guys are getting up, all of a sudden you hear Helene, kind of legitimately, oddly enough, praising something in here about its red
You
cap
are
and its wonderful eyes.
Such a beautiful specimen. It just makes me want to squeeze you to
Squeaker,
death.
squeak, squeakity.
Yeah. Well, Mans is like kind of popped in just like a little bit, being
Yeah.
a tiny creature, and is occupying
Tiny
Helene.
green
Helene's space at this time.
Bastard, you
Um,
couldn't be any cuter.
so, Boz, in your badger shape, you kind of get to the end of the tunnel, but Helene is just right there
I'm
blocking
gonna
it.
try again one
Okay.
more time.
Okay.
See if I can attack him with my bonus roll. Okay, of course, that's a freaking 20. And math, 17 to hit.
17 does hit, but he's going to play his roll reversal.
Okay.
All right. Boz. So,
I'd rather be a
you're... Oh, no, you're a giant rat.
Yes, a giant rat,
So,
which is still tiny, which is still small.
it is small. However, Helene is small. This creature is small. They're compact into this barely
by
more than
5
a
by
5 by 5
5
space. As Helene is also then just right there in the entrance too.
Can he get a bite out to the Nilbog?
I'm gonna be with Man's also occupying Helene's space in this time. You can pass through friendly territory. So go. So yes, you can. But it's an awkward kind of fit. But because you're small, yes.
Well-
go. You had to make a.
Also, Mans has a climbing speed, so he might have just like crawled up
That's
the
a good way to
wall
put it.
and
yeah.
is like
It's still
kinda
really. It's still a really tight fit.
Right.
So go ahead at this time. Make a charisma saving throw.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna kill everything from now on. Not even give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
I'm
let's
just
get
gonna
to use
kill
my
it.
charisma. Oh,
'Cause I
my
would've had the
charisma.
sneak attack,
This is
too.
almost as bad as the rats.
The rats is really bad.
Mine's better than the rats, though.
That's pretty sad.
So a 4 becomes a 2.
You are compelled for your action to praise in your rat form this Nilbog.
Squeaker, squeak, squeakity. Squeak, squeakity, squeak.
Squeak.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
All right. And you kind of have to back on up as people start moving because you can't end your turn in the same space as Helene. All right. Eala.
Mans is gonna drop down on top of this nurgling and like wrap its hands around the back of its neck, so it's like around the back of its neck, and you can hear a faint muttering coming through the tunnel as Eala is casting. I am casting shocking grasp through him.
So
Are we standing in the water?
Shocking grasp is just gonna.
It's not that big of a thing.
Okay, okay. I just didn't know about logistics, and if he's standing in the water and I'm standing in the water,
Because
I'm
you're
gonna die.
casting it through him, he's gonna have to actually make a grapple check
Okay.
on the
Well,
creature.
It's a range of touch. Just
Well, it's still kind of a thing if he's not gonna
Yeah.
let something just go and grab onto him.
No, that's
He's
fine.
that's the-
distracted.
that's
He's
the
being
attack level part of it.
complimented.
Yeah, it's gonna and instead of using the spell modifier, which is normally done for shocking grasp because you're casting through, it's Man's having to physically, instead of a magical entity where you can basically just guarantee it goes through, it's Man's actually trying to do
you
the.
still have to do the attack roll. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But he can't be charmed.
he can't, so he's fine.
That's a 16 to attack.
Yes.
Without modifiers.
So it hits. Go ahead and
So
roll
shocking
damage.
grasp. So
Kill the beast.
It's wizard time.
so that is going to be 4 lightning damage going through it, and
He can't do reactions.
he cannot have a reaction for a whole turn.
Hey.
Shocking grasp
And
is great.
I just picture him like digging his long little talons into the back of his neck, and it just electrical surge.
Pierces
Just
It does that as you
Jugular!
see a little like black lines start appearing, like
Yeah.
char marks from where the lightning surges out. And see, you watch as his body tenses up and shakes for a moment as he kind of recovers and tries to like yank him, Man's off. He is still standing because he recovered enough
okay.
through Helene's.
So that was my attack. Can I do an attack from Mans?
Yes, go ahead and
All right.
roll.
So Mans is going to claw him, which I pulled a U. I got a 2.
So as he's doing that, Man like
Clean up
releases for a
titties.
second to try to get momentum, and as it does, he gets brushed off.
Okay. He like attempts to grab onto the wall and just get down the wall.
Slides and scurries off a bit to the side.
Yes.
All right.
Back to the top of the turn.
It is back to the top of the turn. It is the Nilbog's turn. He is going to go, and he looks kind of panicked now. So you watch as he goes and grabs his staff, and as it's kind of go, he starts to like shake it with his hand as it kind of vibrates, as the eyes almost kind of like start emanating these pulses of lights.
Oh no, that's
As I need everyone.
if I were to get the tech through.
Where is it?
Tactics.
Does this include the man outside the cave?
What if I close
Yeah, I
Does
was
not
gonna say-
include
Outside the
you.
cave.
Does it include?
Who has no idea what's going on.
Does it include Eala? Because she doesn't have eyes in there. She just has hands. Hand.
And you're kind of halfway in the hole.
No, he pulled her out.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're within 100 feet.
Can
so
you
that's-
see-
You
through
are
the hands?
so yes, it is still going to affect you.
Okay.
Because it's going to be every creature within a 10-foot radius of a point he chooses,
Are you?
and he's just pointing it out.
In
So
that
I
general
need
direction.
every one of you to go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw, including Man's, because
Yeah, I
this
have
is
his.
not charmed.
Okay.
24.
Success.
Get wisdom character.
Mans has a 7,
Man's
Actually,
fails.
and I have a 17.
Success.
11.
Fail.
I accidentally rolled advantage, but the lowest was 18.
Wow.
Oh darn.
So
Is this a fear thing?
it is not fear.
Damn it.
He casts confusion.
Oh, interesting.
This spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions.
Oh no.
Wait, did he? If he hit Mans, it means he hit himself.
It's creatures that he chooses.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, actually, wait. He would. Okay, so Man's had to back up out of his space because he's a hostile creature. So he technically would have gone back into Helene's space. So that's why he wasn't affected. Because he centers it out so it didn't hit him.
Okay.
So that's his turn. As both Helene and Mans. Your mind is now completely twisted as everything is uncontrollable. Reality is basically being distorted, and you are unable to tell what is what. What are you doing in this moment? As you see a giant rat start floating around you, this
gosh,
Nimbold
yeah.
like starts like swirling around the rat, and it
Has he-
flies like right in front of your face and goes around. As
Has he moved at all? Or
at
had
this
he moved
time,
at that point?
you have no idea.
Okay. I know that he did something because he's been pulling these tricks for the last 5 minutes that we've been fighting. So I see all of this.
You hear his voice like right behind you.
I have not physically moved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still standing in the same spot facing the same direction, correct?
As far as you're aware, but you
As
can't
far as
tell.
I'm aware. I'm going to make the dumb decision to just chuck my dagger as hard as I can, just straight in front of me, aiming for where his chest was. I'm assuming that I have to do this at disadvantage.
You're gonna roll an attack at disadvantage, just the 2 attacks, or just the disadvantage roll, nothing else.
Just the disadvantage one.
Yep, just the disadvantage.
Be good, be good. 16 and an 18, 16 and an 18. You get to get re-rolled. 12.
Does that beat your AC, Eric?
Oh shit.
Yes, because my AC is 12.
Go ahead, roll for damage.
He was behind me.
You got turned around because confused.
I didn't move.
If your giant rat
It
form
assaults and
dies,
twists
do
your
you turn
mind.
into a
Your
big
perception
human?
of reality
stuck in
is
a-
basically gone.
6.
Oh, you.
I got 1 hit point left.
The giant rat's still up.
Oh my god. At least I didn't kill him.
But
Hey,
in
do I
your
hear
mind,
the squeak?
in your mind, all you see is the dagger like going into the Nilbalg's stomach.
How
Ha! I got the bastard.
how deep is this hole? Would you say?
As the ground was raising kind of above it, it is roughly, probably from this point,
I hit Eric.
10 to 15 feet underground.
didn't
Okay,
kill me, though.
so if she was in the hole, say approximately like 3 feet, could she see down there?
Like into it?
Am I visibly able to see down there?
Kind of. There's just a giant rat in your way, and Mans and Helene.
There's a lot going on in a small space.
think
Yeah,
the
it is a
shot
very
draft
small
is gonna
space.
Okay.
With that,
I can cast down.
so that's going to be your turn, Helene, unless, actually, yeah.
That's my turn.
So after that, Boz. You just got skewered with a dagger.
All right, so I rolled a 14 on my charisma save to get a 12.
That does succeed.
And because there's an ally within 5 feet, I have advantage. Tactics! Which is good because I just rolled I rolled a 1 and a 12. So the 12 should hit with a 16.
That does hit.
And so he bites.
How much damage?
1d4 plus 2. 3.
Kill him dead.
So you did 4 damage before.
And he just
How do you want to finish him
So,
off?
I'm so,
so
mad.
Boz just kind of leaps and goes right for the throat.
So you go in this giant rat with a dagger sticking out and blood kind of pooling from the side. Wild shape's weird in that manner.
Yeah.
But this giant gash, we'll say. You go and leap, and you see him like trying to adjust to something. And you like before he seems to like be trying to activate for whatever reason, like his muscles tense up and he's not able to do it as his eyes flash back as you get right on the throat and just yank. As you hear this as he then collapses. Helene, your senses come to, and as you saw what used to be the Nilbalg with a dagger in his stomach,
There's
you're now
no
looking
dagger
at a
in his
wall with just the head just barely popping kind of through. You can kind of see through that of Eala, like through a hole, and you turn around and your dagger's in a rat, in the small, or in a giant rat, and the Nilbalg is bleeding out. Now dead.
Mans is gonna turn to you for a high five.
Hops onto that lower section of the yard.
You watch as Mans goes, and he starts strangling the Nilbalg, even though it's
Good
already dead.
boy. I'm so sorry. You did. I promised I wasn't gonna trade you, and I'm sorry you got hurt. But he's dead now. We avenged you.
So
And then you get
I
squeaked at
have
for stabbing
a
the rat.
question on this. The thing's spirit.
So, for you, Eala, as this creature dies, you see two things happen that no one else sees. One is this essence, this dark entity, rises from the body and just rushes out the cave. And then with that, then after that happens, this little like soul kind of pops up and just like kind of slowly starts floating up.
Okay.
That is still there.
She's gonna like tilt her head to the side and she's gonna talk to Mans in a language that only he understands, which is gonna be infernal, I'm assuming, because he's.
Okay.
And
Infernal?
she's gonna be like, bring it to me.
All right. So
I heard a language I might understand.
Helene and Boz, you hear Eala kind of murder something, and then you watch as Mans goes and seemingly just kind of jumps into the air
Infernal.
and then stops.
You'd be outside. the
Outside,
cave,
you wouldn't hear this.
I know. It makes me sad.
Just kind of jumps up,
I mean,
and
the
you
cave
watch
might
as he.
be echoey. He might have heard part of it, but he doesn't see it, so there's no context.
Are you kidding? With Eala's a booty in the way, he saw nothing. He saw nothing but that junk. I'm telling you.
You just kind of watch as Mans like goes full kind of spread out in the moment in the air, and then all of a sudden kind of lands and just like slowly just seems to like inch his way towards Eala.
I'm gonna reach my hand down to him as I'm like reaching my hand back to him to have him pull me out. So when I can grab Mans and just pull out.
But Boz doing an indignant squeak back at Helene for stabbing him.
And I see it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. That was not on purpose.
During this, Azure
Here,
grabs and pulls.
Let me help you.
And she just
And they all work their way out.
Okay.
Yeah, with all 18
The
strength,
pool of
you
water
get
now,
yoinked.
completely mixed
No
in with a lot of
point.
blood. It is still dripping though.
Maybe. Oh, can I check the cave before we go out and see if this little bastard had anything
Here.
down there?
Eala is gonna pull.
Or maybe grab his staff.
Eala is gonna pull from her.
So you
Belt loop,
you
a
can
little
grab
teacup.
the Fool's Scepter,
Okay.
which is a scepter that would be considered a one-handed weapon. It's got the face of a grinning goblin on it with two what seem to be like red stones for eyes on it. But they almost have like a glassy kind of sheen, not in like for gems of any sort, but just kind of that red rock material. And it actually seems his smile, now that you're getting a really close look at it, not in combat, is maybe made of a different wood, but the teeth almost seem real in it. If you're
not
using
creepy
that,
at all.
it's just going to be for your use, just a 1d6 plus, or a 1d6 bludgeoning weapon.
Okay.
So Eala is gonna, cause she's gonna listen to what she's complaining about, how there's nothing to carry water. She's gonna pull her little, almost like china porcelain, like really beautiful, but it has dark red stains on it, clearly blood. But if you rub your finger on it, it doesn't come off. Like it is like perma burned into there. And she's gonna be like, I have this if you would like to use it. She's like, it's fine. She like licks her finger and goes, nothing comes off.
Okay,
And she hands it
I'll
to her to
take
go
it.
get
We
some
can
water.
get some water.
So now I'm going to make the tedious trek back and forth as I sit and wait for the water to fill up, bring it up for people.
Okay.
I took the first drink, though, and then I'm sitting and bringing it up for all of us because
So this is going to take a while because it's coming in drips, and you just
maybe
very
I'll,
slow.
sit it on a rock or something, like right underneath the drip. Like, find an extra rock, sit it in the water so it's just right there. Come back and check it every couple minutes. Come up and try to tend to Boz.
Boz left the thing, and as soon as he's got enough room, he reverts. No more damage.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I guess he's not hurt.
Nope.
I'm so sorry I stabbed you. I swear I thought I hadn't turned or anything, and I knew he was right there in front of me before the spell hit, and so I thought I could get him. I don't know what happened.
Sorry for being brash.
I mean,
It
I
was
would
an
be
enclosed
pretty
space,
upset.
and it's okay.
I'd be pretty upset if somebody stabbed me, too.
It's okay. I've taken no damage, so you're okay.
Okay. Water under the bridge?
Water to the ground.
That's fair. Oh, speaking of, I'm going to go check the cup again.
The
Okay,
question is, before you go, are you okay?
as there's multiple like points of blood that are already bruising,
I've got a little
streaks
blood
that are
down
coming
this
down.
side.
She's
I've got a big
gonna-
old bump right here.
I'm gonna take my sleeve and kind of just like gently and like almost motherly kind of like wipe it away. I understand it hurts. Just hold on, and then kind of take that.
How badly are you hurt?
You're welcome.
Well, I definitely don't feel great. I'm kind of faint and a little woozy.
I don't think you can
Phileas
travel
comes
like
up. It's
that.
like, what was in there? Like, what happened?
Oh, I forgot about that guy.
He was just been chilling next to Azure.
we
He's
need
like,
to
I
keep,
don't know what's going on. He was
We-
some sort of goblin thing, and he was not a nice man. I thought maybe I could talk to him, and yeah, that didn't go over so well.
Go check the cup, dear.
Okay, I'll do that real quick.
we need to keep moving. So I'm gonna have to heal you.
Let her get the water.
Don't worry about it. I'll get it after the
Well-
next trip.
You only have the one more spell, right?
Yes, but you won't unless we can get there in the next. I don't know. I really think you should let me heal you before we get to town.
Out of character, we can use our hit die on a short rest, correct?
Overnight, yes.
Hit die,
overnight.
yes.
So
Okay,
I
we can
could be.
how about we
I
bandage you
feel
up
like
for...
I would be kind of okay if I just got a good night's sleep.
Okay, we'll bandage you up for the night then.
Okay.
Uh,
But I'm gonna go check the cup of water real quick because I
After you
think
come back, I will bandage you
everybody's got
best
a
I can.
cup, except for
None of us have.
I don't know. No, I wasn't saying. I'm saying I've been going down and I've been filling up the cup, and then I've been coming up and giving it to people. I took the first drink. I gave her the next drink because I owe her my life right now. And then I gave you a drink, and then I gave Boss a drink because Boss doesn't want anything half the time. It's like, I'm fine. I don't need water. I can sustain myself.
I don't sound like that.
I don't sound like that.
I
Sound a
think
little
she's doing a
more.
pretty good job.
I have to
I
agree.
don't hear it.
Clearly.
I don't hear it. I didn't think it was that bad.
No
I'm gonna go
one
check one
hears
more
what
time.
he is saying.
Phileas, would you like some water too?
Sure. Are you sure you're okay?
I am not really okay, but I'm okay enough to climb down there and get a little bit more water before we go.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When she
I
comes
appreciate
up,
it.
he'll use Boz will use a 13 medicine check to.
Wow. Phileas, that cup looks perfectly full.
Say, huh?
Just like your son.
I don't know. It was
Here you go, Phileas.
Okay. So, Phileas goes and drinks the cup. It's like, oh, that's.
I know. It's,
Are you sure it's?
I assure you, we've all drinking from it. It's absolutely
It's
fine.
so weird that it just doesn't come.
It's very.
okay.
Can and she like when she sees.
She seems
Like
like,
Like
a
he's
pretty...
gentle with it, but
Yeah,
like with his
she's-
sleeve.
She's like, she takes it and she's like, "Thank you."
So,
No, you did have the perfect drink. I mean, not a little too much, a little too little.
what's on that cup? Is it blood?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it made like that? Like, is there like a polish or a veneer or something? A finish over it? Is that how the blood stays on it?
The blood was put on there, let's say, when I was 5 years old.
Is it your blood?
No,
Is it your
That
special
does
cup?
kind of.
it's my mother's and my father's.
That's morbid.
And she's like,
Did you kill them or did they die? Or both?
they were murdered
Oh, mine too.
in front of me.
Luckily, I didn't really have to witness it, but yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
So that's all.
You see Phileas over like next to Azure as he's just kind of like walked that way, and is just like,
She's like,
"Are we
"Oh,
ready?"
so 14 medicine
Yeah,
check to
let's
bandage
go.
up. At least to get her going through the end of the day.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick her up and kind of just like hold her while Mans is on my shoulder. She's like, "It's okay." And she's gonna like hold her gently as she walks back to camp, and she's like, "It's sad losing your parents."
yeah. I was only 12 when it happened. And I had been out hunting with some friends before it happened. And when we got back, these slave traders had burned most of the village and they had killed my parents and my other siblings. And then we tried to run, but then the slave traders caught us too. And well,
I'm very sorry that happened to you. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know who killed my parents. All I know is my mother said, "Go hide." She put me in the little cupboard, and I could see through the cracks, and
That's terrible.
it really is.
Yeah.
And she's
It's
like,
never something I'd wish on anyone.
Mans was worried about you, by the way.
I was worried about him. I saw him disappear, and I thought that he died, and I knew that I had to get revenge because I didn't mean to put him in danger.
Well, that's
I just-
absolutely sweet of you, and I assure you, she looks at Mans, and he's just like, he's sleeping in hand form. She's
It's
like,
actually more of just like slouched.
Yeah, it's like-
really relaxed over the shoulder. If anything, there's like a slight like.
so she's gonna
Twitch
have
every once in a while.
She has Mans on this shoulder, and she's holding her in this arm.
Okay.
Mans is always on this shoulder of hers.
Holding me like a toddler.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like,
About my size.
All right. So with that, you guys start the next trek of your journey that day, getting some water, quenching the thirst, but unfortunately, Helene taking a bit of a walloping in the process. And then you also got a weird, creepy little staff.
Yeah.
But with that, you guys continue on until dusk, and that's where we're going to go and end tonight's episode. So
fantastic.
thank you, everyone, for watching. This turned out a lot differently than I was expecting, but it just goes to show.
Water, man.
All that for
It's
a cup
one
of
of those
water.
things where anything in this world could be very dangerous, and if Helene, if you didn't have people with you, you would have died.
I had 8 hit points left.
It's okay.
I was getting pretty close.
We
I
gave
was
you a
one good
hand.
hit away. You gave me a hand.
We lent you a hand.
Ham.
So, again, thank you everyone for watching. Hope that you enjoyed the episode. Hope that you'll tune in next time, because I hope you still feel this way, that we are to die for. Thanks. Take care.
Bye.